So the implementation plan, it describes what it wants to do with what you said. So it's taking all your information and say, okay, here's what I'm thinking. And it's similar to Antigravity 1.0. You can put comments and it will change the approach and it will change it live. So even if it's already running, it's already done that, you can make a comment, it will submit it, and it will make the change. One thing that's a little different with Antigravity 2.0 is you can manage your permissions by project. And so I have it in turbo mode, which means it just does what it does. It disables all safety barriers for maximum iteration velocity. So I'm good with it. I've always been a YOLO guy. What can I say? But this is their version of YOLO. And they feel like this was new because prior it was something else. And then I was saying, hey, I wanted to do YOLO. And I set up all the settings and it just wasn't doing it on the first couple of days it was out. And I was like, wow, this sucks because I've got to approve everything, which is a lot when you've got multiple things running at the same time. Like if you had 3 different projects going at the same time and you've got to approve everything, you were just sitting there like nonstop, just doom, and you can't get up. Like you're just a clicking monkey. And I don't like that. It doesn't seem very efficient because I want this to kick off. So one of the things that's special about Antigravity 2.0 is that you can set up your permissions by project. So this project could be different than another project. It has its own customizations, and then you can just specify the different importances of what you think. If you want it to have access to certain things, you can remove it. But then for a different project, it could be treated completely differently. So that's cool. And then you can set up your permissions and different things. And it's similar to Antigravity 1.0, where you can edit the MCPs available. All that stuff is pretty similar. And then you can create custom stuff on your own, which we'll talk about later on in the episode. If this thing ever stops running, and we might have to flip over and flip backwards and just go terminal. All right, so while this is running, we're going to walk through terminal. So within the terminal, you have access to the anti-gravity command line. You've got to download it though. So there is AGY, and it'll pull up. So this is going to be anti-gravity command line. I have an alias set up for it to be automatically set up to be YOLO. So I have AGY hyphen you only live once. And this is going to be the same thing as AGY, but this is going to be AGY with YOLO because I'm a YOLO guy. And you could set it up however you want. I figured it'd be better to make it very clear that I am in YOLO mode at all times. So let's set it up to look like it's in YOLO mode. So YOLO has a couple things that you need to be aware of. YOLO has full rights. It just does whatever it wants to do. That can be dangerous in certain scenarios. So you have to be careful on what you're doing and what it has access to. And so I give it YOLO permission, full access to the dev folders. And the within the dev folders is full access. And it's sandboxed. Otherwise, it doesn't have full reign to do whatever it wants. So that's important. And then another thing that's important about YOLO is you can get caught up into these agentic loops. And if you're in YOLO, it doesn't necessarily know when to stop. So you need to set up maximum iterations. And I have it set to 25. But if it gets stuck, you need somebody to have a kill switch. And if you aren't there to kill the switch, you've got to have some kind of automated kill switch, which that's what the max iterations does. But that's YOLO.